Woohoo. Look how close I am. Yeah. It's Teresa Phelps Martin and the Soulfully You virtual land, sharing with you the best I can the tapestry of our life, the fabric of our beings, this experience we have that's wildly complex. Maybe everything is unfolding brilliantly for you. Shoot, I'm without time. So funny. I really have always taught yoga on an internal clock, which isn't always the best because I typically go over. It appears today, though, I will be teaching with that internal clock. And there's a likelihood of this class getting disrupted. So if there's an interruption, it's because of that tapestry of life. It is because of the complexity. So know that I will return and we'll just pick up, and perhaps it'll be smooth sailing. All right. So the tapestry of our life, it is of our being, of our existence. It's complicated, but we have our practice today is that the energy of earth, the structure, our physical entity, the parts and pieces that come together that make us who we are. In that, like the material world, our sensual world, our, if we went through the elements of fire, earth, air, and water, then what we would see is this kind of, it's actually pretty simple way of understanding that all things are made of the same ingredients. And good morning, good morning, good morning. And however we're made of the same ingredients, we're all human beings, right? We are all living on planet Earth. There's this beautiful and mysterious combination of energies that make us who we are, and layer in experiences and the way we participate, the way we engage, the way we handle the stress of our life. And I think that's what's coming up the most right now for people, is that we all handle stress differently. And in that stress response, we've all had different experiences that has shaped and given structure to the way we work with that stress. So some of us are really good in crisis and some of us are not. Some of us really need to have control, and some of us have the ability to surrender our control. So we're going to start in child's pose. We are going to feel that 90-degree energy today. However, my legs are already a little jello. So as we start in child's pose, the idea of child's pose is to get heavy. And as you get heavy, you can get into the bones. You can get into the density of your being, which is so interesting because we think of density as, I gotta fix this. We think of density as bad, like gravity is important, right? If you're gonna jump, you're gonna come back down, all right? So the tapestry of life is the weaving together the physicality to be, and the not so much doing but being. Okay, earth energy is actually a feminine energy. It's the way we make things happen. So we're going to climb into child's pose. We're going to feel our bodies. We will move. We will do all elements today, but the emphasis is in the physicality. And really, so we have the energy is mutable earth, so the ability to move that heaviness, right? Have you ever tried to pick up somebody who can't move? It's scary, it's intense. Did anybody ever play that game when they were little? I did. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. I still remember how trippy it was when you would say light as a feather, and it was light as a feather. Yes, I was that girl. Never did the Ouija board, but definitely light as a feather, stiff as a board. And so what we want to do is recognize that in the tapestry of our being, though, we also hold these other elements. And so some of this energy asks us to go in and down, which we're taught so much that heaviness is bad, that low is not good. Okay, so we're going to start low. We're going to start on the ground. If you can't do child's pose, start lying on your belly. We're going to go for 3 breaths, and we're going to invoke that sort of ritual of understanding the inner workings of ourselves and the inner layers of ourselves. So not just the skin, muscle to bone, but also the plugging in, the really tapping into our ability to not negate that heaviness or doubt our ability to accomplish, but move inward so that we can realign in a way, because we're in that 90-degree energy, even though the moon is moving forward. We can feel the challenges of just getting up off the ground, okay? So child's pose, 3 breaths, come to your own intention. You hold agency over your own choices, so trust in yourself. We call on the highest, harm to none. After those 3 breaths, you're going to gaze forward, stretch your hands out. Inhale up onto your hands and knees, open the heart. You're going to tuck your toes, draw into the core, move all the way back, downward facing dog. And as you come into downward dog, feel both feet, ground the hands into the earth, both feet to the ground, and just feel how stiff you may be feeling. Are there restrictions? Is there too much stability? Is there too much mobility? Just being aware, please. Big full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. You're going to open your hip up. Go ahead and let your left shoulder drop, because I just want you to feel what it feels like to come undone. Bend the knee, open the hip up, and then lift the left arm bone up. Draw into the belly, and feel how much more structure there is for you to expand into. Right? So we created density to actually create the experience. Inhale, come through the center. Step the foot through to a lunge. Knee to the ground. So low lunge to start. Hug the energy of the legs together. Foot's heavy. Toes can be tucked or pointed back. Inhale the arms by your sides. So out like a T. Shoulders drawn to the back. Then bring the arms forward. Hug the legs together. Plug the arms in. Hands come together if they can. Big inhale. Open the heart up. And then exhale. Hands to the earth. Hips are going to stretch back. Flex the foot. So if I don't adjust my front leg, my hip goes way past the knee. So adjust the front leg, ground the heel into the earth, push the heel to the ground, and then track the foot back. So you're pushing heel, engaging calf, plugging the thigh in. Enjoy the breath in and the breath out. Just waking up the hamstring. How tight is it? Is there a stretch for you? And then exhale, lunge forward, tuck the toes, back knee's gonna lift. You're gonna feel that strength of your legs and come up off the ground. Notice how hard it is to rise. Inhale all the way up into that high lunge. Full inhale in and a full breath out. Exhale the hands to the earth, move it all the way back, downward dog. So if you didn't know, our practices are like a little tapestry. We weave together different little flows. So as I was sharing with a friend of mine, he's taking on his practice again. Inhale the left leg up, open the hip, and so do let the right side drop down, right? And then lift through the arm, draw the shoulder in, bend the knee, and just feel how when you
create the container, you can do amazing things. And then inhale, square it off. Step it through to a lunge, back knee comes to the ground. So you can find little vignettes. That's what Betsy used to call them. Little vignettes in the flow, tiny little sequences that you might find is enough, okay? Hug the energy of the legs together, push into the earth, hands come by your side, shoulders are drawing into the back. Inhale the arms out like a T, plug the arms in, pull to the midline, plug in even more, and then inhale, arms up overhead. Feel connected to the breath, using your strength. Feel that tenacity to be you and all the different parts of you that are coming together to hold it together. Exhale the hands to the earth. Draw the head back. Stretch the front leg out. As the heel flexes, hips stretch back, and feel the connection through your whole leg. How tight is it? I'm crazy tight right now, which I'm grateful for, to be honest with you. I am grateful for the density coming back in my body. The solidity is needed to handle the complexities of life. And then exhale, the lunge forward, so get heavy into the foot, get clear into the foundation, tuck the toes, knee lifts, pull the strength of the legs together. Inhale the arms up overhead. Feel the strength of you, the connection to you. Do you feel like you're just kind of sinking to the ground? How can you work with that density and then expand? Exhale the hands to the earth, moving all the way back, downward facing dog. As you draw into your dog pose, feel how already the engagement and working with the material realm of you actually find more freedom. Exhale, knees to the earth. Inhale your shoulders over your wrists, okay? So you're not gonna let the hips drop down. You're pushing the knees to the ground, pulling the knees in, draw the rib cage in, draw the shoulders in, keep pulling the knees towards your hands, right? Hands back towards your knees. Bend the elbows down halfway. Inhale, come up. We're going for 3. Exhale, halfway down. Inhaling up. Really pull into that center. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale up. And this time you're gonna go all the way to the ground. All the way. Let's give our hands a break. Hands go wide. Elbows lift up. Draw the shoulders into the back. Inhale, curl up into Gecko Cobra. Watch the elbows, they tend to plop down. So elbows lift up, shoulders draw in, lift through the roof of the mouth. Exhale all the way to the ground. Hands come under the shoulders, toes are gonna tuck, knees push into the ground. Walk the thigh bones in, shoulders drawn to the back, pull in, push all the way up off the ground. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Feel the fullness of your breath. Notice if it was hard to get up off the floor. I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago where they've done zero yoga coming down to the ground, working their back body. Slowly walk forward. And we were talking about how it's probably because you're afraid you're just not going to get back up. Both feet underneath you and exhale, fold over. But the important thing to know is that we have to give ourselves a break. We have to allow ourselves to come undone. I'm not somebody who knits, but I know there's many times you miss one stitch and it doesn't work, okay? So it's about slowing down, finding the intention. Feel your breath here as you're bowing forward. And then exhale, bend the knees, pull into the center, hands come to your heart, shoulders drawn to the back. Feel that lift into the core, shoulders are gonna draw in, glide that left foot back, pull into the center, keep pulling, and we're gonna open, right arm forward, left arm goes back behind you. I know it's awkward. Left hand comes to your left thigh, inhale, lift up, open the heart, and then as you exhale, you're gonna shift the weight forward. Bring that left arm forward, left elbow underneath the right, inhale, the left knee up towards the elbows, And then exhale, cross. Cross the midline. Draw into the core, shoulders are to the back. Holding in super steady. Even hook the foot if you want to. Breathing. And then inhale, rise up. Both feet to the ground. Both arms overhead. Stand in that strength. Exhale, arms go wide. All the way down to the earth. Bow. Inhale, find length. Bend the knees, downward dog. Right foot and the left foot steps back. Feel the connection to the hands, the strength of the muscles around the bones. Knees high or low. I highly recommend knees down so you can focus on form and structure and healing. Pull the knees towards your hands, hands to your knees, shoulders to your back. 3 pulses. Exhale down. Inhale, come up. Feel the breath. Keep the shoulders on the back. Elbows drawing in. And then come all the way down to the ground. Feet point back, hands go wide, elbows lift. Shoulders drawn to the back. Inhale, curl the heart up. Exhale, bow all the way down. Hands come under the shoulders, toes top, walk the knees in. So this is going to be hard to get up off the earth, right? I'm not making you do 3, it's just 1 to come up. So draw in, shoulders hug into the middle. Knees are pushing to the ground. Pull the knees in, stretch the tail back. Push all the way up, all the way back. Downward dog. Walk your feet forward. Both feet are grounded. Bow into the earth. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Draw into the core. Hands to your heart. Shoulders drawn to the back. So we're in Utkatasana. Watch the knees dropping forward. Keep pulling the thigh bones back. Wrap the outer hips, shoulders into the back. You're just going to glide into that lunge. Hips draw together. Lots of connection. Inhale the arms overhead. Keep drawing the arm bones in. So they are winging off the back body. Plug back in. And then your left arm's going to go forward. Your right arm's going to go back. Stay heavy in your front heel. And then inhale, both arms come back to the center. Right elbow comes underneath the left. Sorry, that wasn't a pretty transition. Draw in, even out. Right knee comes up. Cross the leg over. Draw in. Lulu's taking my crystal. Thank you, baby girl. Draw in. Sit deep. Sit heavy. She just ran away with my crystal. Hey, Lulu. Thank you. She says, I can take earth. And then inhale, come all the way up. Both feet to the ground, arms overhead. Feet to the earth. Stand tall. Stand strong. Be in your truth, and your truth is you probably feel somewhat heavy. Exhale, hinge the hips, belt all the way forward. Hey, bring it here. Well, hi. So that's why animals, cats, dogs, any of them that you can connect with, they're grounding, right? Yeah, they give love. Inhale, find length. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Oh no. As you find your downward dog, enjoy your breath. Come forward, plank pose. Knees high or low, but really stay connected to the arm bones being plugged in. The core engaged. Shoulders to the back. Exhale, come down halfway. Inhale, come up. Lulu's my prop. Exhale, halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, come up. And exhale all the way to the ground. Hey, Lulu. Once you come to the ground, hands go wide. Gecko, cobra. Hands go wide, elbows lift, shoulders come into the back. Inhale, curl up. exhale, bow down. Hands under the shoulders, toes tuck, knees pull in, shoulders drop to the back. Inhale, come up. Exhale all the way back, downward facing dog. So notice how hard it is to get up off the ground, being nice and steady. We could wiggle. You're allowed to wiggle. Slowly walk your feet forward. Both feet beneath you. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow down. 2 more times, just coming back to the breath. Inhale, find length, because when you get, right, like Lou took the crystal, I got the crystal back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length, that you just ground again, you find your foundation again, and you give yourself permission to slow down and breathe and reset. Exhale completely. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms up overhead, hands to your heart. Gracious breath in, gracious breath out. Pull everything into that center. Weight goes over into the right foot. Knees are going to bend to pull the thighs back. Hug in. Bend the left knee. Just hold on to the outside edge of the foot. Bend the left knee. Draw the shoulders to the back. Kick the foot into the hand. Hand into the foot. Arm goes overhead. And exhale into dancer pose. Right? Feel the connection to your breath. And through that breath, feel how steady you can be even on one foot. And if you fall over, that you can just find your ground again. Inhale, slowly come up. As you come up, bring the foot to the upper inner thigh, if you can. Once that foot finds your upper inner thigh, reconnect to your balance, your own strength. Full inhale in. And then exhale, hands to the heart, knee comes forward. Glide the foot back and turn to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, arms go wide, shoulders draw in. Keep the arms wide, exhale halfway. Okay, so the arms are in line with your shoulders. The shoulders are drawing in. Hug the shoulders into the back. Exhale, bow. Hands are gonna hold onto your feet. Shoulders draw in. Pouring all that energy forward. Inhale, find length. Turn the right foot out. Elbow to the thigh or hand to the earth. Lunge into the front knee. And as you extend, watch this top arm. Bring the arm bone forward. Plug in. Core comes in too. And then re-extend the arm. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale all the way up. Lift up, reach back. I just realized I forgot something earlier. Oh well. Inhale through the center. Heel toe the foot in. Lunge and shift the weight, half moon pose. As you're in half moon, connect to the underside, right? Get the rib cage to the hip point. Thighs are back. Then kick the left foot forward, plug in. So draw that thigh bone in, bend the knee, grab the ankle, and then open up into Tapasana. Big full breath in. And a full breath out. Exhale, free the foot. Hand to the ground. Downward dog. Enjoy the breath and the connection. Inhale forward into a plank. Right, pull into that center, 3 pulses again. Right, feeling each time you're getting stronger. Even though, whoops, I left one out, sorry. Even though it might be harder. Hands are gonna reach back behind you this time. Actually, reach your hands out to the sides. Come onto your fingertips, elbows lift, shoulders come to the back. And inhale, hug the shoulder blades in towards one another. Lift through the belly, and inhale, just lift up off the ground. And then hands under the shoulders, toes tuck, pull in, push up, all the way back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open through the hip. And then exhale. Step the foot through to a lunge. Shorten the stance, ground the feet. Intense leg stretch. So I like to bend both knees, pull the thigh bones up and in, draw the waistline back. As the inner thighs sweep back, the outer hips draw in. So you're really connected muscularly into the body. It's not about dumping out to get the stretch. Rather, it's about engaging with the contents of you and then bowing into it. Honoring it. That devotional energy to take responsibility for the tapestry we're weaving in our own lives. And then exhale, lunge forward, shift the weight forward. Both hands to the ground, standing splits, whatever that looks like for you. Mine's never really looked like the splits. Feeling the breath, the connection, and then exhale, both feet to the ground, fold forward. Inhale, find length, 3 breaths. Exhale, fold. Just reset. Let go of any negativity towards me or your body or the practice, which is hard. And if there is negativity and it's the same pattern, the same habit that keeps showing up, give yourself some space around it. Get a little more curious of how you can change the languaging. And then inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hey. So weight onto the other foot. So bend the knees, thighs pull back, draw into the belly. Bending the right knee, just holding onto the outside of the foot so we can really work the shoulders to the back. As the shoulders draw into the back, hug the thighs together. Left arm moves forward, plug that arm in. Inhale, rise. Feeling the connection of plugging into you, the fabric of your own being. And what are you going to offer up? In this dance, in this expression, keep the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Stay connected to your core. Hug the outer hips towards the tail. Push out through the feet. But also feel the expansion of your own heart. And then inhale, come up. Knee lifts to Vrikshasana, tree pose. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Connect to that right foot and make sure it's not pushing the left hip out of alignment. Feeling the connection to you, to your practice, to that ability to be disciplined, to be a disciple of your own truth. And the truth resides that we all hold that sacred spark within. Exhale, glide the foot back. Turn to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, the arms wide. So the feet turn in. I'm going to go ahead and move back on my mat now. Feet are turned in. Shoulders are drawing in. There's a connection. And then exhale halfway. Right? Shoulders are in, and then lift through the belly, bow. Keep the shoulders on the back. Your elbows bend. Hold on to the outsides of the feet or outsides of the shins. Breathing. I have to laugh at myself because I did Pilates this morning, and when I was leaving, I was like, I'm never that crazy person who goes from one class to Pilates. And then here I am. My muscles are shaking right now. Exhale out completely. Inhale, find length. So I just went from Pilates to yoga. Inhale, find length. Turn the left foot out. Adjust your stance if you need to. Bend the knee, elbow to the thigh. Now as you climb up from the ground, right, connected. Shoulders are drawing in. Right arm's going to reach out. Arm plugs in. Then stretch the arm by your ear. Full inhale and a full exhale. Push into the earth. Inhale, rise up, lift up, reach back. We'll stay here a little longer because I forgot to do this in the lunge. Maybe you did it. And then inhale all the way up. Heel toe the back foot in. Shift the weight, half moon pose, right? So once you're standing and you're balanced on that left foot, bring the right foot forward, plug the thigh in, bend the knee, find the foot, open the hip up. Enjoying your breath, the connection or disconnection. And then exhale, free the foot, hand to the earth, move it all the way back, downward dog. Inhale, plank, no glue move this time. Knees pull in, draw in. You can even pick your feet up if that helps you. I just really want you to feel the hands pulling back to the knees pulling towards the hands, so we can feel this core strength. Exhale halfway, inhaling up, exhaling halfway. Right, maybe you already came to the earth. All the way down. Oh yeah, feet point back. Hands go wide, elbows lift up. Shoulders draw into the back. So arm bones are lifted and they're drawing, they're gliding into the shoulder socket. Shoulder blades are hugging into the energy of the heart. And then inhale, lift. Yes, I'm sneaking in what I'm trying to do for physical therapy, but if you're doing yoga with me, then you need these cues too, because we tend to hang out with similar patterns. One more breath in and exhale this time. Maybe you want to go straight to downward dog, but for me, I'm going to pillow and pause. Get into the beat of your heart, the physicality of life pulsating within you. What is it you need to release right now? What is something you can let go of? Doubt. Maybe just the uncertainty. The questioning if the tapestry you're creating is worthy, is significant. Maybe it's all of it. Maybe it's staying attached to the discomfort. If you're in downward dog, stay there. Breathe a little more. If you're on the ground, bring your gaze back to the center. Hands under the shoulders. If you're in downward dog and you want to do plank, chaturanga, up, down, down, dog, go for it. Otherwise, hands, now you're on the ground. If you took this pause with me, you're like, I cannot get up. Okay? You are in the earth, of the earth. Your body has merged with the soil that supports you and sustains you. However, we are driven. We are able to lead ourselves forward. So hug in. We're taking responsibility. Hands are grounding into the earth. Knees are pushing to the floor. Thigh bones are drawing in. And then inhale, just pushing straight up. And exhaling all the way back. Downward dog. Inhale, you're going to walk your feet up the mat halfway. And then walk your hands back to join your feet. Meet yourself in the middle. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. No, shit, I totally forgot the whole section. Thank you to whomever just told me. So walk back, downward dog. Inhale, the left leg goes up. I guess I clearly just needed that pause, huh? Exhale, step the foot through to a lunge. Shorten the stance, ground the feet. That's kind of funny. So that's what happens, right? We can get so dense we forget, right? So I forgot the flow. but we can forget our sacred spark too. We can forget what we're in service of. So as you're here, drawing in, feel the connection. Again, I like to bend the knees to move the inner seams of the legs back and then the outer hips. The core is engaged, and then the shoulders come into the back as you bow. Intense leg stretch. Uttanasana. Or Parsvottanasana. So sorry I left this out. I'm glad I remembered though. So celebrate the remembrance. Exhale, lunge forward. Inhale the leg up, standing splits. Whatever standing splits look like to you. And then exhale, both feet to the ground. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. And exhale, bow. See where we're celebrating the remembrance? The sun's coming out. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow down. Shoulders to the back. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms overhead. Exhale, stand in your light. Stand in your truth. By showing up and engaging with the many parts and pieces of you, we're connecting. So what's really essential in the tapestry of life is recognizing that we're all connected. Even those people who are doing things that you don't agree with, you're connected. It's one of the biggest things we're being called to remember that's been forgotten is we're all connected. So feel the connection within yourself from your feet to the crown of your head, your hips, your shoulders, and everything in between. The front body, the back body. 5 breaths here. But when we remember, there's a beauty that arises. There's a grace. There's a revelation of our own potential. And the path becomes more clear. Exhale, clasp the hands behind you, shoulders into your back. Open the heart up, big full breath in. Bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Keep drawing those shoulders in, hug into the core. Move the head around if you need to. Sit a little deeper. Full inhale in and then exhale. Bow over your legs. Shoulders stay into the back. Fold into that big standing forward bend. You don't have to keep the hands clasped if you don't want to. Exhale, free the hands. Inhale, find length. Step back, downward dog. We're going to go to the left side first. Ground into the left hand. Come to the pinky toe side of the left foot. Stack both feet or keep the feet hip distance apart or step the right foot up the mat halfway. But your feet are flexed. Your hips are stacked. Your shoulder blades into the back body. And your right arm is stretching up. Side plank. Breathing into it. So no diva plank, just straight up, steady, stiff as a board. Side plank. Exhale the hand to the earth, plank. Feel that energy pulling in. Exhale, downward dog, second side. Push into your right hand. So the right arm bone plugs in, pinky toe side of the foot. Let this side mirror the other side. It's all connected. Shoulders are drawing in. And as the shoulders are drawing in, keep the connection through your core. Inhale the arm up. Woo. Almost fell over. And enjoy your breath. See if you can smile. That's my default sarcasm when things get really hard. And then exhale. Hand goes down. Plank. And then all the way back. Downward dog. Now walk your feet to your hands and your hands back to your feet. You've done it once. You're going to do it again. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. And exhale all the way into a squat. You probably need to move your feet apart. check in, and then we're going to do crow pose, maybe. I don't know if I have it in me. So if crow pose is not accessible, you're just going to come here into this bigger stretch, right? Heels are on the ground. If you're going to go into crow pose, knees open wide, arms go forward, then plug the arms in. Come up onto the balls of the feet, drawing in, feel the lift into your core, lean forward, kick the feet up, enjoy the breath. Oh, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And then exhale the feet back down. Isn't that what everybody goes through when they can do crow pose for the first time? There's that excitement. Once you come back down, you can come all the way seated. It may or may not look pretty. Once seated, okay, stretch your legs out in front of you. So one of the things that I appreciate in bringing in the cosmos, the energy of the heavens, is there's a saying, as above, so below. It's from the Emerald Tablet of Hermes, right? Hermes is the messenger of God. Carries the stories and also has quite a sense of humor. And that idea of so as above, so below, as within, so as without, is that reminder of how much is connected in that tapestry. So we do the many poses and the many expressions to know the one. So once you come seated, come into Dandasana. And when we bring the language of the heavens, the symbols and the signs of the scientific patterning of the skies above, we are reminded that we continue to move forward. Yes, history repeats itself. Yes, patterns come up again. Yes, there's consistency. That consistency helps us have the drive to move forward. So I'm just planting some seeds of what's coming. So as you're in Dandasana, anchor the tail, shoulders are to the back, and find that length. Enjoying your breath. And through that enjoyment, just listen to your body. What's calling your attention? Your physicality requires your awareness because you have to take care of your health, right? Think about it. Just straight up Virgo language, your health matters. You're going to bend both knees. Left knee's going to come in. Right leg's going to cross over. Okay, so as it comes in, you have to adjust your hips so you can get both knees to stack. For me, what I had to do is actually pick my hips up, swing my hips over to the right, and then my right foot could come over. That's really hard to explain in a virtual realm. So as we're seated here, yes, there's the consistency of moving across the midline today. And as we feel that connection, we're going to draw in. You're going to stretch the arms out in front of you. You're going to bring the right arm bone to the midline, plug that arm in, get the core in, get heavy to the tail, and then hook. I think I did that wrong. It's all good. Come into eagle arms again. We've been here once. We're coming back again. Draw in. You can flex the feet. You can point the feet. If I flex my feet, my knees get pissed off at me. Draw in. The elbows rise up. Feel that length through the spine. Come back to that danga, that pillar of support. Then inhale the arms overhead. Your left arm is behind you. Your right arm's out in front of you. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. You're going to reach the left arm, bend the elbow, and then find both fingertips, maybe not. Find the length and open. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy the connection. Breathe into that back body. Don't just push the chest forward. Hug the ribs in. Hug into that connection. 3 breaths here. And then exhale, free the arms, find the length, and bow. If you want to keep the arms bound, go for it. Now, if you can, you may not. You're going to bow and close off the left nostril. And just breathe through the right nostril. Because in our physical body, we have energetic channels. If you're closing off one nostril, let it release. Exhale out completely. Inhale in fully. Ground in. Hands come together. Inhale, rise all the way up. Find that length. Right hand comes down. Just a little stretch to the right. Opening up that left side body. And then inhale through the center. Both arms come up. Finding that danda, finding that pillar of the spine again, plugging into it. Left arm comes down, lift up, reach over to the left. And now come all the way back through the center. Both arms stretch up, arms plug forward, shoulders draw in, hands come to your heart. Unravel the legs, so lean back, undo the legs, coming back into Dandasana. So coming back into that staff of the spine, finding the length, finding the extension. Breathing into the duality of you, right? Your physical nature, your energetic nature. Your right side, your left side, your front side, your back side. And what we do is we weave together all these parts and pieces. And that's the idea of yoga, right? The union, the yoking, the bringing together. Not just what we like. Even though I tend to just do poses that I like. You also are here to know yourself, right? Bring the right foot in, left leg's gonna cross over. Okay? I think so. Yeah, this is the other side. Oh boy, yes it is. Okay, I do not want to push myself into a place where I undo all the healing I'm doing. That's what you have to watch with yoga, okay? Is if you're doing other movement to stabilize, you have to watch overstretching, overcompensating. Okay, I haven't been able to do this pose in so long that it's really glorious. So excuse me for my moments of reveling and the reconnecting to areas that I know I've needed to tap into. Okay, I gotta get my foot on the mat so it doesn't slide away. So once you find that tapping in, the thigh bone's plugged in, the core is drawing in, the spine's long, arms reach out, plug it, both arm bones plug in, but make sure when the arms pull in that the ribs don't move out. Your ribs are also pulling in. Left elbow under the right, wrap the arms, shoulders are drawing in. Feeling that lift, that engagement, that length. Inhale the arms overhead. The left arm's in front of the right. You could turn and clap the hands. I'm working more on keeping the shoulders in and ribs in than the added embellishments of the hands. And then right arm goes out, elbow bends. This hand does not go around for me. So you find the arm and then bend. I'm not even gonna try to find the strap, right? Where we actually make the pose happen by finding a strap. Instead, I'm giving myself permission to meet myself where I am. You meet yourself where you are. And then exhale, free the arms or keep them wrapped up. Draw in, find length, and exhale, bow. As you bow, this time we'll close off the right side of the nostril, however you have access to that. And then just breathe through the left nostril. Exhale out completely. Inhale, lift the head, drawing that energy in. Arms go forward, hug back in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Find that length, find that lift. Anchor the sit bones and the tailbone. Left arm goes out to the side. Lift up, stretch over to the right. Inhale, come up through the center. Both arms come back to the center. Right arm reaches over, left hip stays heavy as you lift up and reach over to right. Inhale, come all the way back to the center. Arms rise up. Find that length, find that center. Bring the hands horizontal, then back to the heart. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then free the hands. Unravel the legs. One last Dandasana. If you can get unraveled. Anybody feeling extra dense in their being? So we actually have, in our creation of more freedom, we've also created more density. So it's interesting because what we're doing is we're actually allowing there to be a heaviness, because once we clear out the physical, the mental bodies, then there's more ability for the emotional to move. And then we feel the higher, more expansive, participatory energy of that fire. So as you find that staff, find length, and exhale, bow. Into Paschimottanasana. Exhale out completely, find length. Inhale, come all the way up. Free your hands, bend your knees. We're gonna lie down, and one last stretch. You can either hold on to your feet and open your knees up, or you can go into, into a reclined Baddha Konasana, or you can go into Happy Baby. Let the head get heavy on the ground. Except for that long moment that I initiated of pausing face down, we haven't had the head on the earth. So feel the head on the earth. Well, I guess child's pose, but we've been up the whole time. Come back through the center, knees to the earth, arms by your sides. Check in and see if you need any last additional moves. Maybe a twist from side to side. Maybe you need to hug your knees into your chest. You get to be in relationship with yourself. That is your number one responsibility in this life. And as you're in relationship with yourself, the fabric of your being, you're going to discover there's some areas that are kind of frazzled and frayed. But you're also going to discover there's some areas that are rock solid and brilliant. And when we weave them together, we can turn up our strengths, our brilliance, to hold on to our limitations, and they dance together. They create the experience, they create the manifestation of our lives. Once you come into Shavasana, let the ground hold you. This is the magic of yoga. This is where the inner transformation happens. So we rest. We honor, as we're resting, the fact that you made it here, that you stuck with it, that you showed up on your mat without anybody else there other than me, but I'm not physically there, I'm just energetically there with you. And that level of service and dedication and devotion is profound. It's a sign of your strength. So rest with that part of your being. Allow the earth to hold you. Give in to the glory of the moment. Allow for a gracious breath in and a gracious breath out. Reawakening all the parts and pieces of you that are more fully connected. Even honoring the parts and pieces of you that still feel fragmented, frayed, messy, maybe stained. And then smile, laugh, or just respect. So you breathe all the way in. And all the way out. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Sway your head from side to side. Add any other little movement that feels appropriate and aligned for you. We'll roll over to one side. And then slowly make your way into a seat that is supportive. And in that seat, sit well. With the truth of your being, find the length.
Hands come to your heart. First and foremost, honor. You made it here. Through the journey of the practice, the challenges and the moments where you were not challenged, that you continue to move forward, one foot in front of the other, one breath at a time, one instruction at a time, one pose after the other. And when we weave all the parts together, we come back to this moment where we rise back up. We have a different vantage point. We can see more clearly. We can breathe more deeply. We feel settled and grounded. Life pulsates through us, and we find that rhythm of our soul guiding us. So honor that opportunity that you just gave yourself to feel a deeper connection. And bring forward your ability to weave together all these parts and pieces and bring them into the complexities of life, and just keep in mind that the universe is complex and you're part of the universe, so each and every one of us are complex. And so we offer up gratitude for the systems and the structures that give us the direct hit and the connection to our own potential and our ability to be so much more. And so it is. Namaste. On to. So straight from my heart to yours, through that land of enjoyment, or not, that you find yourself well. And in that wellness, that you can continue to care for yourself, tend to the layers of yourself. And, I will be here again on Thursday. We will be moving from this first quarter energy to full moon energy. So enjoy the momentum, enjoy the ability to be real and be true and be soulfully you. Thank you guys. Love to you so much so. Bye.